we're running through these. This actually might be shorter than the Bouchard video, but I just want to explain my love for what is happening in hockey right now, because I think that, personally, we are in the midst of a golden generation of hockey. Because if you can see the jersey I'm wearing, 87, Sid the Kid, amazing player, generational talent. Everyone knows him, loves him, or hates him. If you're like a Giroux fan, then I kind of feel bad for you. Either way, Sidney Crosby's a great player, but you know what he is? He's considered as a possible top 5 player of all time. Do I have him there personally? This may spark an argument. I think I have him 6th. Either way, most people will say top 5. And for the sake of this, I'll say I have him top 5. Okay? So if I have Crosby top 5, why do I think that this is going to be a golden generation? We have 3 players who, by the end of their careers, could be considered top 5 NHL players. And I say could with massive asterisk because one of them is still very at the beginning of their career, that being Connor Bedard. The other guy in the prime of his career, Connor McDavid, and then at the end of his career, who has pretty much sealed his spot. If you think he's top 5, he's there for you. If you don't, he's not there. There isn't really anything he could do to shift it unless he scores 130 points, then he's in. Okay, guaranteed. Right now he's on the border for me. But either way, you have 3 players who could go down as top 5 players of all time, beginning, middle, and end of their careers. Then you have hockey at the most skilled it's ever been. The enforcers are being phased out, really, and some people may miss them. I still love a good hockey fight, especially goalie fights. Mike Smith beating Cam Talbot was one of the best hockey viewing experiences ever. But hockey is still getting way more skilled. And I think it's for the better, because the more skill that there can be, the more diverse and more highlight we can get, because right now the sports that dominate are highlight sports. Hockey is a very clumsy sport, I would like to say, because you will see the best players in the league make mistakes. I didn't even realize, except I wouldn't have realized if it wasn't for my job, where there is a Sportsnet on TV pretty much every single moment I'm working there, how many dumb goals have gone in this season. So many off the boards, off the skates, random from the blue line. It's crazy that a league with the best players in the world just have that happen regularly. Now, I'm not saying it happens like every game, but it happens so much that you can see multiple dumb goals in one monthly highlight reel. Which, yeah, we have a lot of lowlights, but highlights, we have them, but not to those that don't understand the sport. We don't have a lot. The Michigan will always be one of the big ones, because it is the biggest right now. It's the most popular. It's the one that the most people know. But I think another highlight of the Michigan is that it blew up when Svechnikov did it. Then Zegras started doing it. But you saw stars trying it. Stars of old and new. Crosby, Matthews, Forsberg pulled it on the Oilers. I wasn't even mad. I'm like, fuck, man, what can you do? But either way, it is a sport that is coming into its most skilled era. Era with 3 legends that are still playing for the time being. I think Crosby still has at least 3 years left. Honestly, he's still an elite player. Top 20 guaranteed. I'd have him top 15. Some will have him top 10. I kind of consider... Actually, I think he's 8th in scoring, so I won't hate you if you have him top 10. If you have him top 5, you're legacy biased to, like, the brain core. Either way, great player. You got McDavid, and you got Bedard. 3 guys who will go down as legends, almost guaranteed. And I'm not just promoting Bedard because my last name is Bedard. Not related, but I get asked it every time I play ball hockey on a different team. I've played on a few teams. I think 3 teams, 3 seasons. So, yeah, brilliant. Either way. But we are also coming into the highest scoring area we've seen since the 90s. And with social media being as prevalent as ever, and especially short form content, this is where the highlights, the skill, and the legends come in all in one to really form a push on social media. Because short form hockey content on YouTube especially has been blowing up. Eck, who runs a Star Wars channel called Eckhart's Ladder, made a hockey channel like 1 or 2 years ago, and it has 100,000 subscribers right now. All short form hockey videos that I assume are just clips and him spewing a 3 to 5 minute opinion on something. It's crazy how that just blew up overnight. But yeah, I'm here for the long form. This is gonna probably be my shortest video now, knowing the length of the Bouchard cut, but it's still nice to see the growth of hockey, and I think we're in the perfect position to seize it. I want to see a new generation of content creators on hockey, because aside from the ones that are still very prevalent today, such as the Hockey Guy, SDPN, even Spit and Chicklets, even though I'm not the biggest fan of them, the hockey content was kind of stale. I mean to insult nobody, but what I mean by that is almost everyone was doing the same things, and we're now coming into an era where social media is a lot more diverse. You can do a lot more diverse things. No longer will the only hockey people being invited to events are those who worked at networks and those who partner with EA. It's finally going to be open to the newer guys. Now, I still think that's about maybe like half a decade to a decade away, because hockey is a traditionalist sport. The fans are traditionalists. That's just always how it's been. But we are entering a new era, and what I deem to be a golden era, starting with the bubble. We saw McDavid score 100 points in 56, and I think that was the beginning of his prime. He scored 153 last year. This is where we're going to start seeing records get broken. Now, I don't think Gretzky's points record is getting touched anytime soon, but if you've looked at the scoring and the points charts, you'll notice that McDavid, I don't even know if he's top 5. Hold up, let me grab that for a second. Stats. Yeah, McDavid is 7th. So we're coming into an era where individual teams have guys that they can cheer for in those points race. Now, Nikita Kucherov has always been one of those guys. I know I say like McDavid isn't in the top 5 like it's some magical concept that has never happened before, but Kucherov has 13 more points than him, and McKinnon's right behind him with 56. Now, to be granted, McDavid was injured, so he has 45 points in 26 games and a few games in hand on him. So if I go to points, is there per game? If I go to points per game, McDavid is 3rd, but he's still only 3rd, which is huge for this league, because it means other fans, other than the team that I'm cheering for, can cheer for a guy to win the Art Ross, can cheer for a guy to win the Hart or the Lindsay. I would say the Richard, but Matthews has kind of always been that guy until he gets injured, except for last year, which I'm thankful McDavid won, because I wanted him to get a Richard one day. Either way, I'm incredibly excited for this next generation of hockey. You will see me watching, you will see me producing content, as this and the Bouchard video will probably be out day of recording, because I'm recording at 5:17 a.m. I did not need to check my watch. The time is right there on the bottom right of my screen, but I don't care. Either way, have a nice day, and if it's not day, have a good afternoon, evening, and good night.